Hello students, in this particular video I will be explaining about the revolution and everyday life from French Revolution. The revolution and everyday life. After storming of Bastille in the summer of 1789 was the abolition of censorship. What is censorship? Censorship is a state power to control freedom of expression or press. Censorship prevented media to publish a true message to the people in the press, in the newspapers. But after the storming of Bastille, it was abolished. It was banned. So there was no censorship. That means the media, the press were allowed freedom of expression. They could criticize the government, whatever they wanted to uh, uh, print in the press they could do because there was no censorship. The Declaration of the Rights of Man and Citizens proclaimed freedom of speech and expression as a natural right. It was given to everyone, every citizens of the country. It was a natural right. By birth, everybody gets the right to express their thoughts. Everybody should have equal right to speak. They should be able to criticize. They should be able to speak any point they wanted to. Newspaper, pamphlets, books, and printed pictures flooded the towns. Since the censorship was abolished, newspapers printed in large amount. Even pamphlets were printed. Books were printed. Yes, with pictures. They could criticize with pictures. They could criticize with their words through newspaper, pamphlets, and books. And it flooded the towns of France from where they traveled rapidly into the countryside and described and discussed the events. The countryside people, the village side people were unaware about what was going on in the cities. Now, due to the printing press, uh, printing of newspaper, pamphlet, books, and through the pictures, the countryside people also came to know by reading. Even those who were not able to read could listen to the literate people reading it out, which described about the political situation in the country, and they discussed in groups. Even the discussion in groups were not allowed. There was not allowed to get have a mass gathering or make a political group or criticize openly in the village or in the cities in the group. But now the censorship is abolished, so people could gather together and discuss about the political situation in the country. Plays, songs, and festive processions attract a large numbers of people. Even now, people could have plays, dramas. Even people can sing. Procession also were taken place. Before these activities were banned because of the censorships, because of the rule of Louis XVI, the absolute power. Louis the 16 has the absolute power, the dictatorship. He did not allow people to criticize him. But now the censorship is abolished. The king rule is abolished by the National Assembly. So people could have the dramas, the songs, and the processions in large gathering, which was one way they could grasp and identify the ideas such as liberty and justice, which were spoken by the philosophers like John Locke, uh, Rousseau, and all these philosophers spoke about liberty and justice. Now, the people, this and the philosophical ideas were published through books and pamphlets, so people could read and they could understand and identify these ideas and discuss in the groups and came to know the political situation of the country. This is how I conclude this topic. If you have any other doubt, you can ask me later. Thank you.